Hey, what's up? I'm out here in Austria skiing, but there is a thought in my mind that's just not leaving, and so I had to sit down and record this video. And it's about the age-old question of whether to find love first or to make money first. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rudolph. I'm a social confidence coach, and for the last 3 years I've helped hundreds of Indian men get a fulfilling dating life and find the right partner for a long-term stable relationship here in the West. Now there's this Indian mentality. If you are from the Indian background, you'll have heard your parents say this: just focus on your career and the rest will happen naturally. This kind of philosophy works in the arranged marriage context, where you are building your value as a man and you become successful, and then when you're ready to settle down and marry, you get assigned a partner who is matching your value. But of course this mindset has to be questioned when you come to the West and you realize that you want to find a partner on your own and you want to actually date a few people before getting married. Of course, there are big benefits to putting career first and worrying about dating and partnership later. The main one is that you get more energy and time to actually focus on your career, and you will rise more quickly in the ranks of your profession. You'll get more earnings, you'll get more status, you'll get access to better training and coaches. For example, when I was starting to date, I wasn't yet very successful. I was rather broke, and so I didn't have access to good coaching. I had to make do with the free content that I found online, and that sent me into the wrong direction, oftentimes. Of course, you also get access to higher status venues, to the lifestyle that will enable you to meet those people where you think, hey, this is the kind of woman that I'd like to attract. But then at the same time, there's a big problem with that approach. And the first one is that you don't know if you build your value and your career and make a lot of money, and then you meet someone, whether that person likes you for the person who you are, or whether they just like you for that status and the resources that you have accumulated. So you are more likely to run into situations where someone likes you on the surface, but when you live together and you spend a few years together, you realize they're not really compatible with you. Also, the timing is not optimal. When you spend a lot of time worrying about your career and building your value as a professional, you will be older and you will have a bit less of that kind of outgoing energy that you need to go out and meet a lot of people. You'll also feel the time pressure of the impeding 30s, where it seems like for you and for your family context that it's the right time to get married. And if you haven't dated anyone at that point and you feel like it's still going to be a bit of a project to even learn how to do that, you're going to be much more likely to just give up that project and give in to the pressure from your family to take an arranged marriage. Also, at that point in your career, you will be at a certain peak and you will have figured it out, you will be earning good money, and you will have great responsibility, and ideally it's even going to be fun because you're working on the thing that you really care about. You're on your purpose. And at that time, to step back and start dating people is not very compatible with the lifestyle of a professional, because when you go out and you meet new people and you go on dates, that requires a certain level of spontaneity. I remember when I met my girlfriend, I realized quite quickly that she was special, and I wanted to make that clear to her. So I just rented a camper van and took her on these road trips through the forests into the mountains. And that, of course, would not have been possible now that I'm working on my life's project, and where I feel like every day matters and every hour matters. And I even feel a bit bad about taking a few days and going to ski. And that's why I'm sitting here recording this video in the ski lift. At this point in your life, when you're professional and at the peak and you feel like you're working on the thing that matters, you will not want to lose even 10 minutes. Someone coming late to a date will trigger you, and that is not very conducive to socializing. Moreover, if you focus on your career first and wait with dating until you hit your 30s, your partner, that person that you'll find, and also yourself, will be quite ready at that point to move things forward towards having children. And that will be also a biological necessity if you don't want to have a huge age gap, which has its own problems. So in that case, you will actually jump into forming a family quite quickly. And that again will slow you down and cut into the energy that you could be spending on your purpose, on your peak of your career. So as you can see, I am in favor of starting to date rather early. And it's true, at that point when you're maybe done with your education and have your first job, you will not be able to afford a very luxurious lifestyle. And you might not be able to attract those kind of models that you see on Instagram. When you start dating in that period, you will meet people who are clearly not perfect. But you will start to learn to come to terms with the fact that no one is perfect. And you will meet that other person and you will learn to accept, even love the imperfections. And then work on the imperfections together, on yours and hers. And then that will lead to you growing together and going through a very transformative process, which will become an extremely powerful and unique story that binds you together. That is a much more healthy approach of dating than to work on yourself to become this super high value man while avoiding contact with women. And then at that point, when you're ready to marry, jump into the cold water and say, hey, now I want the other perfect partner who fits with me. Earlier, I said that being single will allow you to have more time for your career. And that, in fact, also is not necessarily true. Because if you're single and you're constantly distracted because you're lonely and you're depressed and you work, but in the evening you come home and you think, what am I even doing this for? I'm alone. Well, then you're not going to be more productive as a single. You will be more productive with the compatible partner, because that partner will support you on your mission, will make sure that you're not lonely. And when you meet that person early in your middle 20s or late 20s, then you also have time to build a foundation for a long-term relationship and family before you have to jump in and have children right away. So in conclusion, yes, I do believe that it's a good idea to start looking for the right partner, or at least to keep your eyes open for the right partner rather early. Of course, not too early. I would say it's necessary to have a solid education, to feel like you know roughly where your life is going and what your purpose is, and to have a strong economic basis so that you are independent and can sustain yourself easily. At that point, it makes sense to start dating and to find that partner that you can take along on your journey of becoming a great man. And for some people, when you keep your eyes open, it just happens and you find the right person. For other people, you need to be more proactive and actually consciously direct energy into dating. And if you're one of those, especially when you are coming closer towards your 30s, I have a link in the description where you can watch another video where I explain how I help people navigate this space. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to this channel. And so long, Samgachadwam, Namaskar.